Hello guys, and welcome to my Jabs of Fury Templar PvP build. I'm Fenster. I've been playing ESO for about 4 or 5 years on and off. I started on console, and I just recently started an account on PC where I've been grinding super hard, trying to reach max EP, farming gear, leveling up characters like there's no tomorrow really. Really been on that grind. I made a build that I have had a lot of fun with. Um, it has it has elements that I like when I play PvP. It's got sustain, it's got tankiness, and it got damage. Um, it's not like a super awesome, insane build, but I've been having fun with it, and I feel like it's a good match with my way of playing PvP, especially on a Stamplar. Um, yeah, I say we take a look and see what's what. Let's start with our stats. Um, First of all, I'm a Nord Templar. The reason I'm a Nord is because of the racial passives. A bit more resistance and health and stuff like that. So I tried Imperial and I've tried Orc on this build. I feel Nord is the best one, but if you want to go for more damage, go for the Orc. It'll perform just as well. You lose a bit of that resistance though, but all in all, it's just taste. Um, as for attributes, I go 9 points into health and 55 into stamina. You could probably bump that health up a bit if you're, not comfortable. What I'm rocking right now, which is 26k, but I feel like it's enough. It suits the way I play this build. As for our max stats, you got this is on the front bar by the way. We got 9k max magic, we got 26k health, and we got 25k stamina. This is a no CP build, by the way. Just so you know, it'll do alright in CP as well. I just don't like playing CP. Not my cup of tea at the moment, the way Cyrodiil PvP is. Um, as for recovery, we got 1k magic air recovery, we got 1.5k health recovery, and we got 1.4k, almost 1.5k stamina recovery on our front bar. Damage on buff 2.3k. This will go up a lot, and I think we're sitting around 3.9k weapon damage fully buffed with all our buffs and procs. Resistance wise on front bar, not not too much to be honest, but that too will also get a lot better. 1.5k in pen, just enough, really. You don't need more on this build, but you could probably go more if you wanted to. That's up to you. As for Amundus, we're running the Steed. I really like that extra movement speed, 10% movement speed. That extra bit of mobility, and of course that health recovery is gonna gel well with the rest of the build. Um, I'm using Artheum Takeaway Broth for food. I've tried different foods, but I feel like this one is the one that gave this build that tiny bit of oomph. Um, you could go bewitched sugar skulls as well, but I feel like that extra magicka and magic recovery is really useless. Like you see, I got already got 1k, so I don't see the reason why having above that. It's more than enough for me. On our back bar, you see our stats bump up a bit, especially recovery wise. Um, we're now at 1.1k max magic recovery, sorry, and we're 1.8 health recovery and 1.7k stamina recovery. Um, our resistance too is doing fairly alright at the moment on our backboard. This will of course get better. Um, block mitigation, if that's something you're interested in, it's right there. Let's take a look at our skills. Let's start on the front bar. First skill, biting jabs. Of course, we're a Stamplar. I don't see a reason why not to use this one. It's pretty much the bread and butter of a Templar, and it's just too good in my opinion. It's an awesome skill. Probably one of my favorite skills in the whole game, like in general. Second skill is toppling charge. Um, an awful skill, you would say. Annoying skill. I hate being hit by it, but I love hitting people with it. It's a gap closer with a stun, so that really makes your jabs, hit if you switch your jabs right away. Um, you could go executioner on this one if you wanted to have an execute on your skill on your bar, because I don't have an execute. But for me, that gap closer really does the trick, and it can be used as an escape as well if you're in a tight situation. Third skill is camouflage hunter, gives us major savagery, and minor berserk when you flank your enemy, which you double charge your enemy, and you move a bit to the side and you spam your jabs, for that extra bit of damage. Love that skill, and of course, fighter skills passive, more damage. It's always good. Fourth skill, power of the light, is a no-brainer really. It also gives you your target minor breach, which also is a good thing. Makes that damage a bit easier to get through. It's something I like to keep up at all the time, really, especially when I'm on my front bar, because any damage done will be copied and dealt back, to the opponent. So it's a super skill. Fifth skill, rally, major brutality. We need that buff to our damage. It's also a great heal. So yeah, rally, beautiful skill. Lastly, our ultimate Dawnbreaker is Smite. A lot of damage, big dot, and the stun, which also gels well with our jabs. Also, the fighter skill passive, extra bit of damage. We love it. Back part, we got Restore and Focus. Gives you major resolve, increasing your physical and spell resistance by almost 6k. And you also recover stamina every 1 second. Not a lot, but some. So, it's wise to stay in that if you have the opportunity. Try and keep it up at all times. You don't want to lose that buff, because then you're going to be an easy target. And of course, extended ritual for that cleanse and heal. It's a fairly expensive one, but with the magic recovery we got on this build, you can put a lot of ritual stamps. You can cleanse a lot, so there's no worries there. As for the third skill, it's repentance. The reason I use this is not because of the resource gain you gain from like dead bodies. It's the minor fortitude, minor endurance, and minor intellect, increasing your recovery. It's gonna gel nice with the rest of the build. So the main reason I'm using this is because of the recovery, not for the restoring stam and all that stuff. Turn evil. This is probably my favorite skill in the entire build. It's so awesome to use. You cast it and you get minor protection and minor endurance. The minor endurance, it's not really needed, but the minor protection is key. But the reason I like it is because upon activation, enemies in the area are feared for 5 seconds. So that could be used both offensively and defensively. If you're in a tight spot, you got a lot of pressure on you, you pop that sucker and you can either heal up, get on top, get ready, turn the fight, or you can escape. That's a good way for escape, a great escape, to be honest. So yeah, again, a fairly expensive one, but we got a lot of recovery, so we should able to sustain that fairly well if you don't spam that. You don't want to spam it. As for a fifth skill, Resolve Emitter, the stam heal, a great heal. And in combination with Extended Ritual and Rally, You should be having no issues staying alive as long as you keep those active. As for ultimate, using spell wall, reinforce your shield, allowing you to automatically block all attacks at no cost and reflect all projectiles cast at you for 6 seconds. So if you're in a situation where you're under heavy pressure, you can pop that sucker and you can focus on getting your health back, or you can focus on getting away. It also blocks all projectiles. Reflects all projectiles. So if you got someone spamming some range attacks at you, this is super skill. I had this one guy. He was prepping for that spectral bow. I saw it coming. I popped my spell wall, and he ate that spectral bow, and he was not happy because I killed him straight after. So it can be used to fun. It can be fun to use it in that way as well. Um, Flex spots are probably repentance, and as I talked about earlier, toppling chart if you want to execute. You could use race against time, extra mobility, and a cleanse. You could probably also do a 1H shield skill of your choice, maybe ransack. I've tried it, it works, but I prefer repentance. Um, yeah, that's about it, I think. Let's take a look at our build right here. First set is Bloodspawn. Good old Bloodspawn. Stam recovery and ultimate gain and resistance, which suits this spell fairly good, um, especially with the Nord passives. For the second set, we're running Eternal Vigor. It's a bit of a cheese set, to be honest, but I feel it's needed now with the meta we got, the proc meta. It gives you a chance to stay alive. Um, and if you're good, you won't probably need that proc that much, anyways. With the heals we got, Vigor, Extended Ritual, and Rally. But if you're under heavy pressure, this can save you and help you turn the fight. So it's a cheese one, yeah, but I don't see no problems running it, to be honest, especially like I said in this meta. For a third set, we're running Fury. I remember I used to play this set on console way back in the day, mostly on DKs, but I feel like it gels well with the build. Having Fury combined with the other two sets there. When you take damage, your weapon damage is increased by 23 for 5 seconds, stacking up to 20 times. This effect can occur once every half second. Upon reaching 20 stacks, the duration is doubled, but can no longer be refreshed. So that means a lot of damage, especially when you're in a fight. If you take damage of some form, like a direct attack, dot or whatever, it's gonna stack up. Um, as for our sets, let's go over the traits. I'm rocking Impenetrable on my plus one to get a bit more resistance. For our chest and our legs, I'm running Infused for the extra stats. You can try and mix and match whatever you want, but I feel like this is what I prefer. I also have one outfitted because I tend to dodge roll sometimes, and I like that reduced cost to dodge roll. As for our feet and our hands, we're rocking Sturdy. We need some form of cost reduction to our block, so that's the reason why. For our jewelry, we're running Robust on the neck with a weapon damage enchantment. You could run Healthy or any other trait you like, but I feel like having that extra bit of stam really helps out, so it's up to you though. For our ring, we're running Infused with weapon damage enchantment, a bit more extra damage. And for a third ring, we're running Infused health recovery. This is because I'd like to have as much health recovery as possible. Yes, that's true. You could go stam, you could go more weapon damage, but for me, I felt like that extra health recovery. I tried with damage, but I felt it was a bit was lacking a bit on recovery. It's weird to say I got a ton of recovery, but I felt like that tiny enchantment kind of made the difference, to be honest. So that's why I'm rocking it right there. It helped me a lot, like especially from high pressured situations when you got 4, 5, 6 guys with insane proc sets just bashing at you. So yeah, I feel like health recovery is the thing right there. We're running a great sword on our front bar, sharpened. You could go nerd honed. You could also probably go infused if you wanted to, but I wanted a bit more penetration for our jabs. And with the weapon damage enchantment on our backboard, we're running sword defending for the extra bit of resistance again. I just slapped the absorb stamina enchantment on it. I don't really use it that much, but you could probably use a poison if you wanted to on your backboard as well. I haven't gotten to that, and I don't really see the need for it on this build either. But you know, it's up to you. You can mix and match whatever. And we've got a shield, of course, with the tri-stack glyph and sturdy to reduce the cost. As for our food, we're running the Artheum takeover, as I mentioned, but which sugar skulls is also an option, or any other food that is stam related. I'm mostly rocking the movability pots, but you could also use Tristat or mobility pots. It's up to you, but I feel comfortable running movability. So yeah, I think that's it for the build. If you got any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments. As I said, this is my first ever build video, so I'm fairly new to this. YouTube, creating, editing videos and stuff like that. So, if you got any advice or criticism, just shoot it right my way. I'll take it. I would also like you to check out my Twitch. I stream on Twitch 3 to 4 times a week. Mostly ESO. So go and leave a follow if you want to get a notification when I go live. And of course, I would also love it if you would leave a like and subscribe to the channel. That would really help me out a lot. I already got a Stam Sork and a Stam DK build in the making, so if you wanted to see that, hit that subscribe button and be notified when I post it. But yeah, this is a fun build. It requires you to be smart and wise. It's not gonna carry you if you don't play it right. If you're looking for a build that carries you, this is not it. Even though we got Eternal Vigor on, it's not gonna carry you. You need to be playing smart, and you need to be kiting and line of sighting, getting your buffs up, keeping them up, and pay attention to that fury damage. I'm gonna show you something. I use this to keep track of my fury. It's called the has it Grey Skull, I think? Grey Skull add-on. Let's see. Grey Skull add-on, yeah. Grey Skull. Makes it a bit easier to pay attention to your fury. But yeah, like I said, any questions, leave them in the comments. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day wherever you are. Take care and stay safe. And I hope to see you guys again next time. Alright, peace.